this is very concerning for Adam in regards to declassified government secrets, shocking declassified government secrets. Trained cat soldiers, okay. Documents declassified in 1983 revealed that the U.S. government tested the idea of training cats to be spies, implanting recording equipment in their bodies and letting them loose near the Kremlin or Soviet embassy. Is this a true story?
It's a true story.
That's my people.
It's a true.
Those are my people.
It's a true story.
My cat spies out there.
I'm here to tell you that it was called a Acoustic-Kitty. And it was an operation. And, where people can learn a lot about this is on Black Files Declassified, which appears every Wednesday night.
There you go.
At 9 p.m.
You're not selfish at all.
Am I doing this right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
There we
on
go.
Discovery
Wait,
Network.
what channel? What channel?
Yeah, Science Channel.
Science Channel on
Or
Wednesdays,
Discovery
okay.
Plus.
Or I hear
Discovery
great things
Plus,
about
yeah.
it.
I believe
If you
it's
happen to
streaming.
have the app.
Yeah. And so the idea was...
I love this.
the idea was that, look, again, if you're trying to collect intelligence, you're going to try to be creative. One of the things that the agency does well, they've got a science and technology directorate, right? That's one of the divisions within the organization, and that's where incredible engineers work. And they've developed everything from the U-2, to the Blackbird, to satellite, technology, battery capability, and so. They do some amazing work down there. And one of the ideas was, look, if you're trying to collect on some target in some, country, and maybe what you want to do is figure out a way to get close to that target in an unassuming way. How about we implant a receiver into a cat? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but these guys are just throwing ideas out there. They built decades ago, they built a thing called an insectothopter, which was just a little dragonfly that could hover and outside a window of, say, the Soviet embassy and collect intel. It's incredible. Anyway, the Acoustic-Kitty didn't work. They also tried...
Why didn't it work?
Cats are, as it turns out, are not that trainable.
Oh, I know, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's basically desertion, right?
Yeah. So they, as it turns out, the cat I don't know. I don't have all the insight, but I think it spent most of its time licking its own ass. And
those are more dogs.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you.
Which created interference and static on the little... static, Phil.
The term for...
Phil.
What is it? Like international arms dealers. We've seen the movie War Dogs, right?
Yeah, sure.
And then in the movie, he's like, he's a dog of war, right?
Yeah.
This cat idea, how much thought goes into it? Or realistically, how often does someone just high shit, smoking weed? He's like, man, forget about war cats, man. That's where it's at.
Yeah. Well, no, you think it is crazy, right? Because some of the shit that they came up with was just remarkable. As an example, they built a fish, a remote fish, right? Because they were trying to figure out what was going on at a facility overseas somewhere. And it had an estuary, right? And so what they wanted to do was collect water samples. So there's no way in hell they were going to be able to accomplish this. So anyway, they built this fish. They have a copy, one of them in the museum there at headquarters. It's incredible.
It's a fake fish.
Looks just like a damn fish. And this thing they set it off, and it would swim up the estuary and collect water samples and could gather some other data and then come back. I mean, so yeah, they're throwing ideas on the table, but sometimes it makes sense. The Acoustic-Kitty didn't work. They tried it on a pigeon, right? And the gear was too heavy for the pigeon to make it all the way the target. So, but you never, and some of the ones that really work, they don't talk about.
But these are the kind of wacky ideas where they're like, let's put a budget together. Let's put $20 million into this.
Wasn't there a dolphin?
Dolphins are, look, that
was very famous, right?
There was
during the
period of
Vietnam
time.
era.
Yeah, and look, animals, the ones that could be trained, could be used in this sense. What they then went to, what this developed into was robotics, right? And so the use of the insectothopter was a very important development because while it didn't necessarily work that well because it wasn't as controllable as they wanted it to be, it allowed them to develop technology that could then be used in other ways. And so, anyway, I'm banging on about the...
All I can think about right now...
There it is, yeah.
All I can think about right now is in the Austin Powers movie where he's like, sharks with lasers. Exactly. We're going to have sharks and put lasers on them.
Are those laser beams scat? Oh.
If you enjoyed this short clip, click over here to watch another short clip. And if you want to watch the entire episode, the entire podcast, click here.